During Shabbos Shvi Pesach on 2025, Tufshin Pei, I also mentioned something which I would like to discuss here. It's a point that I did not really develop further, but I think it's something that probably will be of help for some of you. We always assume, and this is a very valid point, that all the makkos that the Mitzrim received on Mitzrayim during the is a Middoh Keneged Middoh. So what they've done to us, we do to them, and therefore they made us suffer. So Hashem made them suffer, and each of the makkos must be some kind of Middoh Keneged Middoh. I don't know how, but I'm sure that you will find in the Meforshim an explanation. The clearly example is the Kriyas Yamsu. They died in the water as they killed our sons in the water, in the river. So basically the Middoh Keneged Middoh is a basis for the whole idea of Pesach. Actually, I've seen somewhere which sorry, light went off. Actually, I've seen in a place somebody that brings down something very, very interesting. That it's not only it's based on in the Apocryphs there is a book called Chochmas Shlomo, so kind of the wisdom of Shlomo. We don't have it in our Tanakh. It's not part of the Tanakh, but it's part of the Apocryphs, of the books that are actually are Sifrei Chetzonim, if you want, where some of the Tanoim hold that we're not allowed to learn it. But in any case, we have also part of them is the Maccabim and Hashmonoim and the other books are Sefer HaYovlim, etc. So there is a lot of how do you call it, interesting subjects in them, because you can also see how typically these books were written during the second Beis Hamikdash. You can also analyze and understanding the context in the world in which the Jews lived during the second Beis Hamikdash. But in this book, there is a point. They take the makkos and they actually saying that not only is it a Middoh Keneged Middoh, so because you made the Jews suffer in one particular way, you are going to suffer as well. But the fact is that with this suffering, the Jews will receive as something positive. So they will benefit in a positive way. And I will give an example. There was Makkos Borot, and Morot is that from the Shemaim came down destruction parts of kind of a rain with fire that destroyed. And what we received is we received the Mon. So for each Makkah, we received the Mon. So we received more than what actually, there's not only what they suffered, but also we benefited. Similarly, the Orov, which is the animals, the wild animals that killed them, and then we received, instead of the Orov, we received the Slav. And so basically there is always these, there is not only that there is a Middoh Keneged Middoh, but also that instead of that, we are being upgraded. It's a little bit in the same context as the whole Megillas Esther. Megillas Esther is, we could have stopped with saying that the ness is that it stopped, that it didn't kill us, and they were killed, only Oman and his 10 sons, and that maybe also the enemies would be killed. That's okay. That's also Middoh Keneged Middoh. But in essence, it is more than we are not only that we killed the enemy, but also we received a higher promotion. And Akol Misya, everybody was afraid from us, and a lot of them became Misyahadim, and Mordechai Tzaddik became took over the land, was a vice president, if you want, equivalent of vice president, like Yosef was. So basically, the concept is not only Middoh Keneged Middoh, but also in the other side is that we received also more than what we had before. It's for me personally, it reminds me of the Kasher Zomam, because the Kasher Zomam is also based on the fact that he wanted to harm me, and so instead of stopping him from harming me, instead of just punishing him, he has to give me what he tried to do to me. For his thoughts, his hazode, his mazit, the hazode that he had in his mind, that actually it means that he has to pay to me, so I become even richer. So when he does something to me, then he only has to pay me what he did. But the fact that he had a machshava, a thought of harming, it seems to be even worse. And so for the thought of harming, the punishment is I will not only take away from you, but I will also give it to the people, to the ones that you try to harm. It's just an interesting thought that I wanted to share with you. Have a good day. Bye bye.